Peace and one love, everybody. We're going to do a quick review of Chapter 3 of the Autobiography of Malcolm X as told to Alex Haley. Title of Chapter 3 is Homeboy. The chapter begins with Malcolm getting off the bus in Boston. He says himself that he looks like a hick. He's coming from the country life of Lansing to the city life of Boston. He says that Ella was the same in Boston from what he remembered in Lansing. In the previous chapter, he described her as the most impressive person he had ever met. Ella tells Malcolm that before he runs out to get a job, that he should travel around Boston and get to see the city before he gets tied down. He traveled using the buses and the subways. Ella lived in the Roxbury section of Boston. Malcolm compared Roxbury to Harlem's Sugar Hill section. He said this is where the quote-unquote snooty black Negroes lived. He would later call these type of blacks the bourgeois. This is what he would call the bourgeois blacks. He said that they were breaking their backs trying to imitate white people. He got to know people in the area, in the Roxbury area, and then he traveled to more places around Boston. He got to know the history of Boston by reading the plaques and the statues. He talks about a statue of Crispus Attucks that caught his attention. Crispus Attucks was the first person, he was a black man, and he was the first person killed in the Boston Massacre, which was the beginning of the American Revolution. He saw the schools, the major universities. He saw Boston University and Harvard University, or Harvard College. He wrote to his family in Lansing about everything that he was seeing in Boston and the things that he was learning. He eventually found Roseland Street Ballroom, and this is where the big musicians played. This is where he would eventually meet or be able to see some of the musicians that he was entertained by in Lansing and Mason. He felt that the ghetto had a natural lure for him. Once he found the ghetto, that's where he spent most of his time. He liked to hang out in the bars, the pool rooms. He mentions young kids, 10 and 12, with straight hair, not working, just hanging out all day. At this time, he's about 15 years old. He starts smoking and drinking. He mentions playing cards, fighting, cursing, and playing the numbers at this time. He was trying to find his own job to surprise his big sister Ella. This is when he meets Shorty. Shorty was one of the friendly kids, one of the first people to speak to Malcolm. So he talks to Shorty, who was street smart. He worked in the pool hall, and Malcolm tells him that he wanted to get a job like him. Shorty asked Malcolm what type of experience he had, and that's when Malcolm told him that he was from Lansing. And then Shorty tells Malcolm that he's from Lansing as well, and that's where the name Homeboy come from. They were each other's homeboys, since they were both from the same city before they came to Boston. Malcolm says that Shorty was about 10 years older than Malcolm, so that'll make him about 25, 26 years old. Shorty was Malcolm's key to understanding the different people in Boston. He showed him the difference between the pimps, the hustlers, and the people that just came out of prison. So he kind of schooled Malcolm to who the different people were if there was a certain group of people that Malcolm wanted to know more information about. Shorty wanted to be a saxophonist. Shorty helped Malcolm to get a job shining shoes at the Roseland Ballroom. So the big ballroom where the musicians played, Shorty gets Malcolm a job shining shoes there. He was taking over for a kid named Freddie who had just hit the numbers. Freddie had just quit. He was talking about buying a Cadillac, so he wasn't concerned about working. Freddie, before he leaves, he schools Malcolm to everything that he needs to know about shoe shining. When he would have time, Malcolm would watch the people dance and listen to the musicians play the music. One day, while joking around, Shorty's joking around with Malcolm, and Malcolm just goes and gets he goes and kind of cleans himself up. He gets his first zoot suit, and he got his first conch. And this was a big step for him coming from this was like his graduation into the city life, coming from the country life. Now he could fit in and he looked like his friends. And that'll be the end of chapter 3. I'll see y'all in chapter 4. Make sure you visit malcolmxfoundation.org if you'd like to make a donation to Malcolm X or his family. Make sure you read this book for yourself, read the chapter for yourself. Let me know if there's anything you disagree with. And share this information if you agree with what I'm saying. Thank you, and I'll see y'all in chapter 4.